Um, any other stories from the active wartime that you want to share, Gordon? Otherwise, we
Well,
can
I
talk
think
about.
I think we should bring in Jeanne here so that tell about how we met.
Yeah, I would like to hear that part of it too, because Gordon was actually in the service at the time that he met his wife, Jeanne. So, um, let's get some history from Jeanne as well. Can you just introduce yourself then, Jeanne? Please?
I'm Jeanne Toftness. I was Jean Anderson. And like Gordy said, he came back from India and was stationed at Camp Grant outside of Rockford, Illinois, where we lived. And like he said, our mothers knew each other from Shell Lake. And so he looked us up and even became active in our church. He was in the choir. My sister and I were singing in the church choir. And he joined that. And on his days off, he would come in, of course, and we dated. We'd go to movies. Once in a while, we would go to an armory and dance. And otherwise, he just kind of hung around. And I think it was in September. September that you came. And the following April 29th, we were married. And in June, he was sent to England. And I was a teacher in Rockford. And after he left, I just stayed on with my parents. I was still living with them in Rockford. And so I lived with my parents until he came back. And in the meantime, I had our first son, Jim. I was pregnant when he left for England. And so my folks just took care of us, going through childbirth with me and everything. And sometimes we say now, we wonder, did we thank them?
For all that they did while you were
for all they did
getting
for us.
started?
Mm-hmm.
How about, can you talk about some of your feelings? You must have had pretty strong feelings then when you were married in April and Gordon went back to England in June, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
That's only 3 months that you had married
Right.
together before he had to leave back for the service.
Mm-hmm.
What were your feelings when he went to England then?
Oh, that was a hard one. It was at that time we didn't know what was coming up, what was going to happen to him, and what future we could look forward to. It was a hard time, and we corresponded, of course, by letter. And it was a hard time. But we should tell about after we got out of service, and he went back to college. He was back there in, what, a month?
No, 4 days.
After he got out of service, he was back in St. Louis at the Logan College of Chiropractic. And he'll tell you about the GI Bill that was really a godsend to a lot of GIs after being in service.
Okay.
Oh yes. As I said, I was a teacher, and in Illinois, you had to quit teaching when you got married. Why, I don't know. It was ridiculous. And it was true in Wisconsin too, because Gordy has sisters who were teachers, and they too had to quit teaching when they got married. Like the Dark Ages.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. All right.